Welcome to my Mythic Conclave guide. Now, super late, and I apologize for how long it took me to do this. I lost the footage once. I don't know how I did that, but I did, so now I have the footage, so let's go over the fight. Let's talk about how the kill order first. We do Gonk, then Kimball, then Akunda, and then Paku. The reasoning is Gonk does a forward AoE cleave, and if you're moving the bosses around, which you do a lot, that could hit melee and becomes a nuisance. Kimball has a huge dot that stacks on the tanks, and it really hurts a lot. So if you have that up, it's going to drain the healer's mana over a long period of time. Thirdly, Akunda has a magic debuff that prevents you from casting. This is bad, especially in the last part of the phase when you have that debuff and the curse to decurse. And then lastly, Paku only puts a attack speed haste on everything that's alive. You can just dispel it, and he does a stacking buff on himself, which you just taunt swap. Not a big deal, easy to deal with. So let's go ahead and look at it on pull. We start all DPS focuses on Gonk. You want to make sure you focus on one target and not cleave, unless that cleave gives you better single target damage, simply because the aspect goes to full health when you kill one. So you should know that if you're already doing Mythic. It's a normal mechanic. So there's the wild Maul that you see here. He turns into a Raptor and starts cleaving. You keep these, I forget how many yards, like 8 yards apart, otherwise they will enrage each other, and that's bad. Cragwall, easy to dodge. It doesn't matter how far he goes, you have the same amount of time to move. So if he jumps from here to here, you still have plenty of time to move. You just have to move right away. He actually becomes a huge nuisance later. Then Raptors. Raptors is always the highest priority. They have to be stun locked, they have to be dispelled when Paku's buff gets on them, and they need to be kited and kept away from other ones. If you handle the Raptors properly every time, this fight becomes a lot easier. So you can grip them, stun them, you cannot slow them. During this time, I will purge the bosses from the buff. Normally I let the mages spell steal it, so they get the buff. However, when there's 4 Raptors and 2 adds, they're spell stealing the Raptors, I just purge the boss. So we do an early switch here. The reasoning is my co-tank is a monk and I'm a DH. I want him to start with Kimball, and I'll just take Kimball at the end. So we do a switch, so Paku's drops the stacks. Alright, so let's talk about timings. The very important part of this entire thing is killing Gonk and Kimball at specific times to make this much easier. So for Gonk, you want to kill him right when Paku starts the animation here. So right now is the perfect time to kill him. The reason is if you kill him too fast or too slow, you can get Kimball's leap when he leaps on party members. It can happen during Paku's circle, and if it does happen, it's not fun to deal with. So he dies. When he dies, the dot goes on everybody. At this time, I'm pulling Paku. That way, the co-tank starts on Kimball. That way, Paku has no stacks. Alright, so everybody needs to stack up here in the circle. On the first circle, there will be a Cragwall overlap, so you gotta watch the frog. There it is, easy to dodge. I normally try to bait Cragwall on these circles. That way, it's easier for me to dodge them. I'm paying attention, and I want it easier for everybody else. So Raptors, highest priority. It looks like Fear works as well. So the next tank swap is right now. Oh, actually, so my co-tank's using the engineer helmet that will drop dots or bleed effects every once in a while on procs. So you'll notice here, I think this is that pull, where he keeps getting lucky and dropping his stacks. So you normally want to taunt right now, because he should be at 2 stacks. But his engineering helm procced, and he dropped it, so he's not ready. This is the Kimball's jump, by the way. People with the marks just need to get away from everybody else. Due to the timing of Gonk's death, that would never overlap during Paku's circle. Yeah, it stuns and puts a bleed on people every time. So I taunted early simply because Paku had like 30 some stacks. Just easier that way. Let's talk about the new mythic mechanic, the curse. You can see it's on Gucci Strap and Bakla right here. Basically, they're unable to be healed until they're decursed. When you decurse it, the curse goes away for 6 seconds and then comes back on somebody else. So the rule of thumb is if that person's at full health, you just don't decurse it, just let it sit there. And once they start dropping below 60% health, you decurse it, heal them up, and let it jump to somebody else. The only exception is if it ever goes on the tank, and it can and does, you instantly dispel it regardless. Just get rid of it. Alright, so Kimball's death here is important as well. My rule of thumb is if he's at 33% when Paku's circle comes down, then you just kill him during the circle. You want to kill him either as Paku's Wrath is going on or ending, or 40 seconds after, because the whole idea is you do not want to get the lightning balls during the Paku circle, or it's again a very bad time. So I look at the HP, I'm like, okay, it's definitely going to be under 33%, so we just hard burn Kimball during the circle. So here it is, I called him my co-tank, I tell him I'm going through, face him away from everybody else, and we just hard focus Kimball right now and just kill him. And this prevents really bad overlaps later. So as soon as he dies, I'm going to taunt Paku to reset Paku's stacks, and he's going to pick up Akunda, and everybody hard switches to the Stalkers, to the Raptors. Now, if you look at Paku's circle timer here, it's 53 seconds. So at this point, if you don't kill Kimball at that timing, you have to wait until there's about 20 seconds left on Paku's Wrath, give or take, to make sure the timing is not a bad overlap. At this point, I have 2 stacks and other debuffs. I blow all my cooldowns here to stay alive because it hurts a lot. And I'm trying to, like, this is where I use my my meta. If I'm on my warrior, this is where I would use my shield block or shield wall, just to help mitigate this bleed damage, on top of everything else. And I also keep reminding my healers that, hey, I have the dot for another 10 seconds, I have the dot for another 5 seconds, so they don't get complacent. So here is the lightning, and the why we kill Kimball when we do is this: if this overlaps with Paku's circle, it's going to be a wipe, more than likely. So we're going to taunt switch here just to drop stacks. Also, with that timing, he never does this circle inside that circle, which makes it easier. So this is where we Bloodlust. So a 3-minute timer should be up, and we Bloodlust here. The goal is to Death Grip a Raptor in, stun it, keep it stunned, burn it down, and kill the rest of the Raptors, while cleaving on Akunda. Ring of Peace is great to keep stuff out of the circle. This is where it starts getting a little crazy, by the way. So the goal now is to kill Akunda way before you go into the next Paku circle. You don't want the death of Akunda dot on you when you're also in that circle. So now we're just trying to burn it quickly before Paku's Wrath happens. Then I'm going to taunt, and now it's just a burn on Paku. Now this is where it starts getting bad, because with all the dots, all the debuffs, Paku is going to get a lot of stacks. He has 3. He's doing 45% extra damage now, and there's going to be a lot of curses out, a lot of bleeds out, and it just goes downhill from here. So now you just got to pray you can kill everything before you all die. So this circle here, this is where we wiped. I swear, 40% of our wipes happens in this circle, and one of the biggest causes is that damn frog. So when we go in the circle, I am really annoying. I know people probably hate it, but I just yell frog over and over and over and over and over to keep people watching, because I've lost like 7 people to one frog jump here, and we wiped 40% of the time to that damn frog in this circle. There's so much healing that's needed. People are so focusing on trying to stay alive, they're not watching their feet. So I just make sure people are paying attention. I keep yelling frog, and I try to bait it. That's why I'm out here. And there you go. I baited it away from everybody else. But you can only guarantee to bait one of the two jumps. We've never been able to bait both. So I'm trying to bait the one I can bait. And yeah, this is where it goes to hell too. So Raptors still highest priority regardless of what's going on. And then we just make sure the Raptors die, and we just focus on killing Paku. Now, it depends on how low the HP of Paku is, whether or not we kill the next Raptors. Like right now, I see people are dying, people are getting low, we're going to So now we just focus on killing Paku, I think, is what we do here. So when the Raptors do come, what we like to do is put a Rain of Peace on top of us, while we just keep focusing on Paku, and put a second Rain of Peace on top of us. That way the Raptors can't get to us, and we just continue to kill the boss. Don't know if that's what we do here, I can't remember. But let's find out. That's what I hope I called here. Yeah, I think I did. No, I should call to kill it. I shouldn't have. I should just call to kill the boss. Yeah. This fight rarely ever ends well for us. There's been a few times it's been pretty clean, but most of it's just been like, crap, everybody's dying, and there's like 5 to 12 people dead when we finally kill it. Like, it's an easy fight, but the end is always a mess. For us, at least. Yeah, we should just killed Paku instead of, there's the curse on me. Instead of killing the Raptors. And that's gonna do it. Fight overall is pretty easy, I'm not gonna lie to you. Most of the wipes would be near the end of the fight, and you probably will wipe a lot until you get it down to the end of the fight. But yeah, that is Mythic Conclave. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments, and thank you for watching.